WWE in trouble? Punk mystery grows. WWE ratings fall as questions mount. CM Punk rumors shake WWE. Star exit sparks WWE concerns. WWE crisis? Fans want answers. What if WWE's biggest problem right now isn't the competition? What if it's something happening inside the company that fans are noticing more and more every single week? And what if the biggest mystery in wrestling today isn't who will win the next championship, but where exactly CM Punk stands in WWE's future plans? The last few months have been fascinating, confusing, exciting, and, depending on who you ask, maybe a little worrying. WWE remains the biggest wrestling company in the world. The arenas are still packed, the stars are still larger than life, and the production is still impressive. Yet despite all of that, there are growing conversations among fans that something feels different. Something feels off. And that's where today's story begins. Because when fans start talking about declining ratings, when rumors of major talent departures begin circulating, and when one of the most talked about stars in wrestling history suddenly becomes the center of endless speculation, people naturally start asking questions. Not panic. Not doom. Just questions. Although, let's be honest, wrestling fans asking questions usually turns into a full-blown detective investigation within about 6 minutes. One screenshot becomes a theory. One backstage rumor becomes a conspiracy. One missed appearance becomes evidence that the sky is falling. You know how it goes. But beneath all the speculation, there are some very real conversations taking place. One of the biggest revolves around WWE's television ratings. Now, before anybody rushes into the comments section typing that ratings don't matter anymore, let's talk about this carefully. Ratings are not the only measurement of success in modern wrestling. Far from it. Streaming matters. Social media matters. Merchandise sales matter. International audiences matter. Live event attendance matters. But ratings still tell part of the story. They give us a snapshot of viewer engagement. They reveal trends. They help paint a picture of what audiences are connecting with and what they might be losing interest in. And lately, there have been moments where those numbers have sparked concern. Not because WWE is suddenly collapsing. Not because business is dead. Not because wrestling is disappearing. But because expectations have become incredibly high. When a company spends years rebuilding momentum and creating excitement, every dip gets examined under a microscope. Fans notice. Analysts notice. Executives definitely notice. That's where things become interesting. Because whenever ratings soften, fans immediately begin looking for explanations. Is it creative? Is it overexposure? Is it changing viewing habits? Is it the lack of compelling storylines? Or is it something else entirely? The truth is usually somewhere in the middle. Wrestling audiences today are very different from audiences 10 or 20 years ago. People consume content differently. Some watch entire shows. Some watch highlights. Some watch clips on social media. And some somehow know every detail of every storyline despite constantly saying they stopped watching years ago. Seriously, that's almost a superpower. But while ratings discussions continue, another topic has been quietly gaining momentum. Talent departures. Few things make wrestling fans nervous faster than hearing that a notable star could be leaving. The moment a contract situation becomes public, speculation explodes. Suddenly every social media post becomes a clue. Every interview becomes evidence. Every absence becomes suspicious. Fans start asking the same question: why would somebody leave? Sometimes it's money. Sometimes it's opportunity. Sometimes it's creative frustration. Sometimes it's simply time for a fresh start. Wrestling careers move fast. What works today might not work next year. The hottest act in the company can suddenly find themselves searching for direction just months later. That's the nature of the business. But whenever a recognizable name appears to be heading toward the exit door,
people naturally wonder whether it's an isolated situation or part of a larger trend.
And lately, that's exactly what some fans have been debating. Are these individual decisions? Or are they signs of deeper issues behind the scenes? Nobody outside the company truly knows. But the questions continue growing louder. Every rumor adds fuel to the fire. Every report creates another round of discussion. Every week seems to bring a new talking point. Then we arrive at perhaps the biggest mystery of all, CM Punk. And honestly, if CM Punk is involved in any wrestling story, mystery tends to follow automatically. It's almost part of the package at this point. For years, CM Punk has existed at the center of some of wrestling's most dramatic conversations. His departures became headlines. His returns became headlines. His interviews became headlines. Sometimes him simply walking into a building becomes a headline. Now fans once again find themselves wondering what comes next. His future has become a constant source of speculation. Will WWE fully build around him? Is there a long-term plan? Are there bigger stories waiting just around the corner? Or are fans reading too much into every little detail? The fascinating thing about CM Punk is that he generates discussion unlike almost anyone else in modern wrestling. Supporters see a generational performer. Critics see a controversial figure. Both sides watch everything he does. Every appearance carries enormous attention. Every promo gets dissected. Every storyline gets analyzed. Every interaction becomes part of a larger conversation. Very few performers have that effect. That's why the mystery surrounding him feels so significant. Fans know that whenever CM Punk becomes part of a major story, unexpected things tend to happen. He's one of those rare stars who can shift the entire conversation just by showing up. Whether people love him or hate him, they pay attention. And in wrestling, attention is one of the most valuable things a performer can generate. Meanwhile, WWE finds itself balancing multiple challenges at the same time. The company must continue creating new stars. It must keep longtime fans engaged. It must attract new viewers. It must manage expectations. And somehow it must satisfy an audience that changes its mind every 7 minutes. Good luck with that one. One week a wrestler is the future of the company. The next week fans want somebody else pushed. The week after that they want the original person back. Wrestling fandom can be wonderfully unpredictable. But that's also what makes it fun. The emotional investment is real. People care deeply about these characters and stories. That's why discussions about ratings matter. That's why departures matter. That's why CM Punk matters. Because fans aren't talking